Magnavox radio chassis, and this didn't have the back on the radio when I got it. The only idea I can see is 6501-10 and 522182. I think this might be from around 1965. The date code on the old electrolytic capacitor says 6408, so it would have been made in 1964. This radio had some new electrolytics put on it several years ago, also a new rectifier diode to replace the old selenium diode. And here's the rest of the circuit. Here are the IF stages, FM tuner module, and I'd put a fuse in it too for extra protection. Here's the underside of the chassis. The problem with this was that there was a bad solder connection going to the screen grid of the audio output tube. I had to resolder this connection here because I think it was oxidized. The terminal strip may have been oxidized, and so there was just a marginal solder joint there. I redid the solder joint, adding a new piece of wire, and got the screen voltage back to the 50C5, and that was really all that was wrong with it. I also sprayed the 12AV6 tube socket because it was kind of noisy. I'm going to put it back in the cabinet and give a demonstration. Now the Magnavox radio has been reassembled into the cabinet. It's got a woofer and two tweeters in the speaker system. This is a hot chassis set, so it's really not safe to operate it like this without an isolation transformer. When I bought it, it didn't have a back to it, and this is connected right to the power line, so it was really not safe to operate like that. I've got a back that I found from another radio that I use on it when I'm operating it without the isolation transformer. Here's a safety feature for the screws that mount the cabinet to the chassis. There's insulating studs that are plastic that go into the chassis so that the screws that mount the chassis don't actually make contact with the hot chassis. I think there may have been some radios in the 1940s that had the hot chassis mounted directly without any insulation. Luckily, I've never run across those, but I think if I ever found one, I'd need to retrofit it with an isolation transformer, because that's just not safe. Let's turn it on here and check the performance. Must be stuck on that meter.
Your workday request party. Here's the phone number: 800-833-9211. Just call. We got
The vernier tuning mechanism in this is a little sluggish, and I don't know how that could even be fixed. It's kind of a concentric shaft within a shaft that provides some kind of a gear reduction in there, but it kind of slips, so the tuning drive isn't the best. It has really good sensitivity on FM. Let's try AM.
Try Americans really starving. But even during the Great Depression, guess what? We built the Empire State Building, we built the Hoover Dam, and we built both bridges in San Francisco.
It's really good AM sound quality.
book. So we want to make sure that you're all on board. Follow us wherever we go. And another piece of